With the pleasant morning wishes, we welcome you all to the 7th January episode of Wilspedia's Daily Current Affairs Analysis, brought to you by Sahkar Academy. Before getting into the list of topics, kindly ensure your subscription to the channel and hit the bell icon for receiving on-time notification. And here are the list of topics. And the first topic is about the neural tube defect known as Spina Bifida and folic acid. And the second topic is about the recently commissioned Indian Coast Guard ship known as Samudra Pratap. And the third topic is about fishing cat and about its conservation. And the fourth topic is about the nutrition through the cooperatives and corporate partnership. And the fifth topic is Prelims Focus, where we discuss important current affairs from the UPSC Prelims point of view. And there is a small announcement from the Sahkar Academy that the pre-storming UPSC Prelims test series batch 5 is about to start from 20th January of 2026. And this test series consists of 46 tests, and you can register to this test series using the QR code given in the screen or using the registration link which is available in our website. So please ensure your registration for getting a chance to crack the UPSC Prelims of 2026. This news article from The Hindu explains in detail about the neural tube defect known as Spina Bifida, and it can be easily preventable using the intake of folic acid supplement even before pregnancy. So without any delay, let's dive deeper into the discussion. So this neural tube defect is nothing but the incomplete closure of neural tube on unborn child, and it can easily affect the child upon its very earliest stage of its conception. And the Spina Bifida is of three types, and the first type is known as Spina Bifida occulta, where we can see only the small gap in between the spinal cord and often having no symptoms upon the health of child. And the second type is known as Spina Bifida meningocele, where the protrusion with the spinal fluid has been observed outside the body, but the spinal cord will be intact. And the third type is known as Spina Bifida myelomeningocele, which is the severe type of this defect, which has the protrusion along with the nerves and spinal cord within the protrusion. So this can also cause impairment in the child's lower limb region. So here we can take this picture for illustration. On this will be the typical healthier child, where we can observe the intact position of spinal cord in the back region of the child. And this will be the defect known as the Spina Bifida, which is the third type of its affection, where we can observe the materials of spinal and nerve system along the protrusion along with the spinal fluid. So this can cause impairment in the child's lower limb region, and it is also considered to be the severe type of defect in child. And what is the Spina Bifida? This is a neural tube defect caused by incomplete closure of the neural tube, and this neural tube got closed within first 28 days after conception. So this neural tube got closed approximately from 7 to 30th days of its conception, and it is important to be noted that it is often unrecognized, or it is often being happened before the pregnancy is being detected. And what are the possible health impacts? It can possibly cause the partial or incomplete paralysis on the lower limb region of the child, and it also can cause hydrocephalus, which is the certain type of condition where the child's skull region got the excess fluids of cardiospinal fluids. And the other health impact is the urinary and bowel incontinence can be observed on the child, and it can also lead to the orthopedic deformities such as clubbed foot. And the most important thing that we need to note is that no intellectual impairment has been observed upon the majority of the cases, on the cases which is being observed with the defect of this Spina Bifida. And with respect to the disease burden in India, approximately 25,000 cases has been reported annually with this defect, and the prevalence will be around 4 in 1000 live births will be affected with this Spina Bifida defect. And it is among the highest prevalence or the highest occurrence of this defect in the live birds across the globe. And with respect to the global comparison of this defect, countries with the folic acid fortification having the significant decline in the existence or the prevalence of this defect on child. And it is around one defect will be observed on 1,000 live birds. And what is the primary role of this folic acid or vitamin B9? The folic acid is also known as vitamin B9 upon the defect on its prevention. With respect to the study of Medical Research Council Vitamin Study 1991, which got published in the famous journal known as the Lancet, reveals that the preconceptional folic acid intake will prevent around 70% of this defect, that is Spina Bifida cases. And what are the recommended doses of intake by the pregnant women? And it will be around 400 micrograms or 0.4 milligrams per day for a woman. And it needs to be taken before the conception and during the early stage of its pregnancy. And with respect to the global public health practices, around 68 countries have the mandatory practice or the mandatory fortification of folic acid in food. This common fortified food can be observed, or this folic acid can be fortified into various food materials such as wheat flour, maize flour, and even in rice in some countries. And what are the possible impact of this fortification of folic acid in food materials? It will lead to the sharp decline in defects such as Spina Bifida, anencephaly, and other neglected tropical disease. And what is the India status with respect to this defect prevention? There will be no national-wide mandatory folic acid fortification for the prevention of this defect. And there is no sustained national awareness campaign has been undertook for the creating awareness about this defect, possibility of this defect getting affected. And what it results is the high preventable disease burden on the will be continued in the Indian Territory region. And moving to the question, consider the following statements regarding Spina Bifida. First statement, Spina Bifida is caused due to incomplete closure of neural tube during early embryonic development. Second statement, the preconceptional intake of folic acid has been scientifically proven to significantly reduce the incidence of Spina Bifida. Third statement, most children with Spina Bifida suffer from the intellectual disability. Which of the statements given above are correct? And we can easily infer this answer that the third statement was incorrect, because majority of the children who are affected by the Spina Bifida will not get the disability in intellectual side of you. So they will not be suffered with the intellectual disability. So third statement was incorrect, and we can easily arrive at the answer option A is the correct. Yes. With this, we move to the next topic. At the commissioning of the Indian Coast Guard ship Samudra Pratap, our Honorable Defence Minister Mr. Rajnath Singh has iterated that the marine resources are not the property of any one country. So with this news background from the Indian Express, let's analyze more about the vessel Samudra Pratap and also about the statement issued by our Defence Minister in detail. So with respect to the statement, our Defence Minister has stated that maritime resources are not the property of any one country, and further stated that they are the shared heritage of humanity. So what this statement implies and what it reflects is it reflects the India's principle of abiding international maritime laws and rule-based maritime order. And further, it reflects the principle of freedom of navigation in the maritime territory. And what is the position that has been taken by the India with respect to the Indo-Pacific region? Because the statement issued by the Defence Minister projects India, and India must project itself as a responsible maritime power in the Indo-Pacific region. So what it ensures is that it ensures the peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region by establishing the strong foothold over the Indo-Pacific region, maritime region for India, and also the protection of global commons by the India. So it also iterates the India's position in protection of global commons by giving equitable access to the maritime resources and further protecting the maritime area. And what it emphasizes is that it emphasizes on the cooperative security by giving equitable access to all the maritime nations across the Indo-Pacific region, and also the environmental protection activities for protecting the maritime resources, and also involving in the crisis response which is happening at the maritime area. And what is the role of Indian Coast Guard, which is very important for our UPSC prelims, and it operates under the Coast Guard Act of 1978. So it was established and operates under the Act of Coast Guard Act of 1978, working under the Ministry of Defense. So what are the key functions of this Indian Coast Guard? It ensures the maritime law enforcement, and it controls the marine pollution, and it also involved in the search and rescue operations, and it ensures the coastal security across the coastal territories, and the protection of exclusive economic zone of India. And it also provides assistance during oil spills and ship fires. And recently it has commissioned the Samudra Pratap, that is under the Indian Coast Guard ship, which is being commissioned on January 2026. The location was Goa, and it was built by Goa Shipyard Limited. And this is very important with respect to UPSC prelims. The recently commissioned vessel known as Samudra Pratap is a type of pollution control vessel. So this is very important fact with related to UPSC prelims. And what are the key features that is associated with this Samudra Pratap? It is the India's first indigenously designed pollution control vessel. So it is also very important, and it is considered as the largest ship in the Indian Coast Guard fleet, which is being as of commissioned which has been integrated into the Indian Coast Guard. And the indigenous components or the content of this Samudra Pratap is containing more than 60% of the components that has been produced and manufactured inside Indian territory, which supports the Atmanirbhar Bharat or the Self-Reliance India's initiative or the vision in defense sector by shipbuilding. And what are the operational capabilities of this Samudra Pratap vessel? The primary role was to having the marine pollution response, which includes the oil spill containment and chemical pollution response. And the secondary roles of the Samudra Pratap is involving in the search and rescue operation, coastal patrolling, and maritime security, and also ensures the environmental protection over the region. And what are the technical capabilities of this Samudra Pratap? It can easily or quickly detect any pollution in the maritime region or the maritime zone, and it also having a precise station keeping mechanism which makes the vessel more efficient, and it is also efficient. It has also integrated with the efficient pollutant recovery system. And what it protects, it majorly protects the coastal reef across the maritime zones, and it also protects mangroves, fisheries, and marine biodiversity. So with respect to the marine pollution, which is considered as a global challenge to tackle, this marine pollution got intensified because of the rising global temperature, because of climate change, and increased maritime traffic. Because of the increased vessel traffic over the maritime zones, which makes the maritime environment more polluted, and the environmental protection will be viewed as a strategic necessity and also a moral responsibility upon the maritime nations. And what is more important with respect to this news is the gender inclusion in the Indian Coastal Guard, because this vessel, after the commissioning of this vessel, it has the integration of this women officers has been deployed as pilots, observers, air traffic controllers, and loss and logistic officers into the Indian Coastal Guard, which is significant step taken by the Indian Coast Guard as well as the Ministry of Defence to incorporate women personnel in the maritime defence. So, moving to the question, consider the following statements regarding Indian Coastal Guard ship Samudra Pratap. First statement, it is India's first indigenously designed pollution control vessel. Second, it has been built by Goa Shipyard Limited. Third statement, it is primarily designed for anti-submarine warfare operations. Which of the statements given above is correct? So, apart from this second statement, which is not very important with related to UPSC prelims, but the third statement is very important because it is considered to be the trap statement or deceptive statement or confusing statement. So by this question, the first statement was correct and the second statement is also correct, but the third statement was incorrect because it is not primarily designed for anti-submarine warfare. It is designed for marine pollution control. So the third statement was incorrect. As we can easily eliminate the third statement from the option, we can arrive at the answer option A. Yes. With this, we move to the next topic. With this news article taken from the Down to Earth, we are going to discuss about the flagship species of that ecosystem known as fishing cat and about its conservation. So why it is important? Because usually the focus of conservation was majorly towards the protected areas, but this habitat of this fishing cat may go beyond the protected areas. So the conventional conservation focus needs to get widened. So with this news background, let's deal with this species in detail. So about the species, the scientific name is Pyrrhonarius viverinus and the family name is Felidae, and the habitat, as the name suggests, it was closely associated with the freshwater ecosystems of wetlands, marshes, riverbanks, mangroves, floodplains and even paddy fields. So it is important to note here that it can easily thrive on the paddy fields too because of the water resource available there and also the adequate prey availability over the paddy fields. So with respect to the legal and conservational status, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red Data Book, it was categorized as a vulnerable species. Earlier it was categorized as an endangered species, but later it got downgraded to this vulnerable species recently. And with respect to the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it was accorded with the highest protection with respect to the Indian environment. That is, it is categorized as a Schedule 1 species, and according to the CITES data or the CITES list, it was categorized as Appendix 2 species. And the indirect thing or the other thing we need to note from the conservation point of view is the Convention on Wetlands or the Ramsar Convention, because it has the indirect relevance to the conservation of this species, as it majorly thrive over the wetland ecosystems. And with respect to the ecological characteristics that is closely associated with this species, it was categorized as a semi-aquatic small wildcat species. And among the small wildcat species, it has the feature of semi-aquatic. It is semi-aquatic in nature. And what are the key adaptations it has? It has the partially webbed feet for efficient swimming and catching of prey, and it has strong limbs and robust skull for taking the prey up. And it is categorized, it is considered as an excellent swimmers, which is considered to be the rare feature or the rare adaptations among the small cat species. And with respect to its diet, it majorly preys upon the fishes, and it can also prey upon the amphibians, crustaceans, aquatic organisms too. And with respect to the ecological role, which is very important for our UPSC preparation, as it is an indicator species, as it suggests, or the existence of the species over that ecosystem is an indicator for the healthy ecosystem over there. So it is an indicator species for healthy freshwater wetlands. So if the existence of the fishing cat over a certain aquatic ecosystem, it suggests that the freshwater wetlands are in a healthy state. And with respect to the distribution of its population in India, it adapts the core landscapes of Charai belt, which is considered to be majorly found in the Uttar Pradesh or Bihar region, and it can easily found in the eastern India's aquatic ecosystems in the areas such as Odisha, West Bengal, and even in Sundarban regions, and can even found in the northeast India and coastal regions of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in a patchy manner. And the protected areas with its known population can be available in the Dudhwa Tiger Reserve, Philippine Tiger Reserve, and Valmiki Tiger Reserve. And with respect to this species, there is a specific initiative taken in the Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary. So, if you know the location of this Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary and about its relevance to the fishing cat species, please mention it in the comment section given below. And with respect to the key findings from the recent survey that it has been taken, it has been persistently found outside the protected areas. As we in the intro we discussed that the habitat of this fishing cat species are majorly found outside the protected areas, which is very important for its conservation. And what it suggests is that the fishing cats can even survive in the canal networks and even village ponds, floodplains, and agricultural landscapes. As we discussed earlier, this agricultural landscapes or paddy fields, even it can thrive, and especially in the sugarcane and paddy fields. And the confirmed presence of between the survey taken between 2015 to 24 suggests that the habitat of this fishing cat species is found across 22 districts in Uttar Pradesh and 5 districts in Bihar. And based on the photo verified and forest department has confirmed the records of this species existence over these areas. And with respect to the major threats of the species, it was identified as the wetland loss as the major reason for its habitat threat. So what are the possible ways of getting this wetland losses? Are the drainage systems, in the affluent drainage system, and encroachment of the wetlands, and conservation of agricultural and infrastructure activities. Also, the conversion of agriculture and infrastructure projects was undertook over the wetlands also threatens the habitats population. And the wetland loss in India is faster than the forest loss. So it is very important to get noted, because it can even reflect in our UPSC prelims. It can be stated as a statement whether it is correct or wrong. And the other major threat is the road mortality. That is 25 confirmed deaths outside the protected areas has been recorded between 2015 to 24 of this species, and the 80% are due to road accidents. And the higher prevalence of this road accidents with respect to this fishing cat species was found on winter fog months. So it will affect the visibility of the drivers, and it may get accidented or run over by the drivers. And the other threat is the misidentification, because it is found in a small state, so it was frequently mistaken for leopard cubs. So it was misunderstood as a leopard cubs, and it leads to the panic cage trapping and forced confinement of the species. And the other major threat is the accidental trapping, because it accidentally traps into the traps established by the villagers for capturing the leopard species, and it falls into, even it can possibly fall into wells and trapped in leopard cages and confined in agricultural infrastructure. And moving to the prelims practice question, the question is consider the following statements regarding the fishing cat. First statement, it is listed as endangered under the IUCN Red List and included in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Second statement, unlike most small wild cats, it shows strong adaptation to aquatic habitats and frequently occurs outside the protected forest areas. Which of the statements given above are correct? So in this question, they have asked about the correct statement. As we know, it is not listed as an endangered species because it was updated to the list of vulnerable. So the first statement was incorrect and the second statement was correct, and the answer for this question will be option B, 2 only. Let's check. Yes. With this, we move to the next topic. This news article from Press Information Bureau is about the enhancement of nutritional security in India through cooperative corporate partnership. Let's have a quick overview of this news article. So before getting into the details of the enhancement of nutritional security through the cooperative and corporate partnership, we also have to know certain things that India is facing right now related to nutrition status. So the first thing or the first issue is that India continues to face persistent child malnutrition despite having economic growth. And as per the National Family Health Survey of 5, which is taken between 2019 to 21, India has the population of around 35.5 percentage of children under the age of 5 are being stunted, and around 32.1 percentage of children are being underweight, or 19.3 percentage of children are being wasted. And with respect to the malnutrition, it is a multi-dimensional challenge linked to food security, health systems, sanitation, women empowerment, and institutional delivery mechanism. So these are all the multi-dimension that the malnutrition is closely associated. And with respect to the institutional framework for the enhancement of this cooperation or the collaboration between the corporate and cooperatives to enhance the nutritional security of India, the first institution is National Dairy Development Board Foundation for Nutrition, which is a Section 8 non-for-profit organization which promotes the National Dairy Development Board, which is promoted by the National Dairy Development Board, which has the mandate to provide the corporate social responsibility to improve the nutrition outcomes using dairy-based solution. So, using the dairy-based products or the dairy-based services, they want to improve the nutritional status in the Indian environment and support government nutritional programs too, and also having a leverage over the cooperative dairy networks for ensuring last mile connectivity. And the second initiative is taken by the Ministry of Cooperation, known as the Sahkar Samriddhi. And this Ministry of Cooperation, which is created in the year of 2021, which aims to strengthen the cooperatives in the Indian environment as instruments of inclusive growth. So, to make them more inclusive and to ensure the last mile connectivity, this separate ministry got established in the year of 2021, and this initiative of Sahkar Samriddhi, which integrates cooperatives into national development priorities. So, like the nationally determined contribution, this Sahkar Samriddhi ensures that the integration of cooperatives into national development priorities, and it closely aligns with the sustainable development goal of 2, which is zero elimination of hunger in the society, which is zero hunger, and sustainable development goal of 17, which is having the closer partnership. And with respect to the corporate social responsibility or the cooperative collaboration policy with related to this initiative of enhancing the nutritional security, the CSR framework has mandated under the Companies Act of 2013, which is under section 135. And under this corporate social responsibility framework, companies having the profit or turnover or net worth threshold must spend around 2% of its average net profit on corporate social responsibility. And with this corporate social responsibility can be either diverted to nutrition and health, because it is also considered or recognized as an corporate social responsibility activities. And why they took the cooperatives to make the collaboration with the corporates to enhance the nutritional security of India is to be noted. So the first thing is that it enhances the deep rural penetration. As we see, the cooperatives are ensuring the last mile connectivity to the long distance people, and it also has the ownership among the community. It was owned by not a single person, it was owned by the collective personnel, and it has the existing framework across the Indian territory, which ensures the delivery of products and services to the last person in the territory. And it has most trust based delivery mechanism, and this model will reduces the leakages and improves the acceptability between the people and ensures sustainability too. And what are the programs launched under this initiative to get the nutritional security enhanced? Is the first is gift milk program, which is very important initiative. This series of initiatives are also important not only for our UPSC prelims, it is also very important for our UPSC mains, because we can easily quote this initiative as a collaboration or the direct participation of corporates and public institutions. So this gift milk program was initiated by Sale and Bilai Steel Plant under the corporate social responsibility activities, and it targets around 4,000 school children. And what are the main focus area? They focus on the mine affected regions of Chhattisgarh, because the Sale and Bilai Steel Limited are established over this region alone. And what are the possible interventions that has been initiated under this gift milk program? They provide flavored milk which is fortified with either vitamin A or vitamin D or both. And the corporate which is using the delivery partners such as Chhattisgarh Milk Federation. So this will be the probable cooperation between the cooperatives and corporates. And the second initiative is the Shishu Sanjeevan program. The initiator is IDBI Bank, and the target will be around 3,000 children, and it covers Anganwadi centers of Nagpur district of Maharashtra. And this product will be of the energy dense, ready to eat fortified supplements. So under this initiative of corporate social responsibility by this IDBI Bank, they provide energy dense, ready to eat fortified supplements, which is being manufactured by Bandra Milk Union Limited of Maharashtra, and it has the direct policy relevance which supports the integrated child development system and the POSHAN Abhiyaan scheme. And the first focus area will be first 1,000 days of child nutrition, which is a very crucial critical window. And with respect to the governance and interministerial convergence, the participants of various ministries also to get their stakes in this collaboration. And what are all the participants? Ministry of Cooperation, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, corporate sector and other PSUs. Research institution may also get involved in this process of collaboration. And what made it more significant is that it embodies a whole of government and whole of society approach to nutritional governance. So this can be stated or it can be quoted in mains exam. And what are the thematic focus under which the focus for this nutrition enhancement is being targeted is that the first thematic is the nutrition and health through public interventions. So it strengthens the integrated child development and midday meal scheme and PM POSHAN Abhiyaan scheme. And it also strives to eliminate the anemia Mukt Bharat and emphasis on evidence-based intervention and robust monitoring mechanisms. And the theme 2 is the corporate cooperative collaboration, which is being the important thing that it need to be noted. The first segment or the first thing that needs to be noted for from this collaboration is that the sustainable nutrition financing under the corporate cooperative collaboration and decentralized production models will be also possible under this collaboration, and replicable of the corporate social responsibilities best practices among the enhancement of nutrition, and also outcome based nutrition delivery will be even possible to the last mile of the region. And what are the key challenges associated with the implementation of this corporate cooperative collaboration with respect to the enhancement of nutritional security in India? It has only limited scale relative to national malnutrition burden. So it has the comparatively lesser scale relative to national nutrition burden, and the dependence on voluntary CSR funding is making the scheme more vulnerable, and it also needs for strong monitoring indicators for enhancing the nutrition security sector. or the nutritional outcome evaluation needs to be done in a proper manner, and replication across the states needs to be replicated in an equal manner and having equitable access to all the nutritional enhancement. And what are the suggested way forwards and recommendation? The first thing we need to note is the institutionalization of corporate social responsibility cooperative convergence under POSHAN Abhiyaan. And the second thing is expanding of fortification standards with the on aligning with the oversight of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. And the third thing is the encouragement of state level nutrition cooperatives. And the fourth thing is the linking of nutritional outcomes with district performance metrics. So moving to the mains practice question, the question is malnutrition in India is not merely a problem of food availability but of delivery awareness and institutional coordination. In this context, examine how cooperative corporate partnership can strengthen India's nutrition security framework, illustrate with recent initiatives. And this is a 15-mark question. We need to answer within 250 marks. So please take this question and post your answers in the comment section. We will evaluate and give the feedback in the comment section. With this, we move to the Prelims Focus. Coming to the Prelims Focus, and the first topic is about quality control measures for tea imports. Recently, Mr. C. Murugan, who is the chairman of the Tea Board of India, has stated that all tea imports will be subject to comprehensive quality testing, which was conducted by the Tea Board of India. And the primary objective of this quality control measures in import of tea is to have or is to prevent the importation of low cost inferior quality teas which is being imported into India, and also to establish a standardized procedure for comprehensive quality testing of the tea varieties which are being imported to India. And with respect to the Tea Board of India, this is working under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which is very important fact with related to UPSC prelims, and it is a statutory body established under the Tea Act of 1953, and it has its headquarters in Kolkata, and the primary functions are financial and technical assistance for cultivation, manufacture and marketing of tea, which is also including the export promotion for the tea varieties abroad. And the second topic is about the Nritya Kalanidhi Award, which has been recently conferred to Miss Urmila Satyanarayanan, who is an exponent of this art form known as Bharatanatyam. So it was awarded during the 19th Dance Festival at the Music Academy, Chennai. And the primary aim of this conferring this Nritya Kalanidhi Award is to recognize the outstanding artistic excellence and a sustained commitment to the preservation of this art form known as Bharatanatyam. And it also commemorates the 50th anniversary of her Arangetram, which is the artistic expression of this dance form, and the 30th anniversary of her dance school, that is Natya Sankalpa. So this is not only having its relevance to our UPSC prelims, it has also relevance to other government examinations such as banking, SSC and other computer based tests. And the other thing we need to note from the Nritya Kalanidhi Award is the Bharatanatyam, which is a traditional dance form. This Bharatanatyam is among the oldest classical dance forms in India, and it is originated in the regions of Tamil Nadu, and it was characterized by the grace, purity, tenderness and distinctive sculptural poses. And it was traditionally performed by the female dancers who performed this Bharatanatyam or dance form in temple settings. And what are the key elements associated with this dance form? The Nrita, which is the pure dance, and Nritya, which is the expressive dance, and Natya, which is a form of drama which has been incorporated into this dance form. So this Nrita, Nitya and Natya is also very important with respect to UPSC exams. And it was the performance are typically accompanied by the Carnatic musics. So apart from the Bharatanatyam, these facts, we also, this Bharatanatyam has its root to the Natya Sastra. Natya Sastra, which is a text which has been attributed to Bharata Muni, who is a sage who compiled this Natya Sastra, and this Bharatanatyam also has the relevance with the Abhinaya Darpana written by Nandikeshwara. So these were all also important with respect to this topics, and this Natya Sastra is considered to be the fifth Veda. So with this we came, and the Indian classical dance forms also to be noted from the UPSC point of view. There are 8 major classical dance forms that has been recognized by the Sangeet Nataka Academy, and these includes Bharatanatyam too, and along with the Bharatanatyam there is 7 other major classical dance forms such as Kathak, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, Odissi and Satriya. So these dance forms are also important with respect to UPSC prelims. So moving to the prelims practice question, and the question is with reference to the Tea Board of India, consider the following statements. The first statement, it is a statutory body established under the Tea Act of 1953. And the second statement, it functions under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Third statement, its headquarters is located in Guwahati. Which of the statements given above is correct? So in this question, they have asked about the correct statement. By inferring that the headquarters is not located in Guwahati, it is located in Kolkata, we can easily eliminate the third option from the answer, and we can easily arrive at the answer. Option A will be the correct answer. With this, we came to the conclusion of this episode. Hope you guys like the video. Please share your positive comments and suggestions in the comment section given below, and share the video to your friends, and hit the subscribe button and bell icon for receiving on-time notification. Thank you for watching us. Have a great day. Hope you guys like the video. Please share your positive comments and suggestions in the comment section given below, and share the video to your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell icon for receiving on-time notification. Thank you for watching us. Have a great day.